Howdy. If your pool equipment cracked during a freeze, you're not alone. One of my pump's pot strainers split and started leaking. So I'm going to show you step by step just how to replace it all on your own without having to call the pool company. We had a hard freeze and the water inside this filter basket housing expanded and cracked the plastic. This part connects to the pump and helps to filter debris before water moves through the system. When this breaks, you can get leaks, air in your pump, and eventually bigger damage, so it's something that you want to fix quickly. The good news is the replacement part is pretty affordable, and the repair is something that any homeowner can do on their own. Right now, the valve is closed, so water isn't flowing into the basket, but I'm going to turn it on just so you can see what it looks like when I turn it on. Here's everything I'm using today. The replacement basket, a pair of oil filter pliers, a crescent wrench, some silicone grease, and some WD-40. My two helpers making sure I don't get eaten by any squirrels today. First, you want to turn off power to the pump. I've put my system into service mode, that way I can control everything with the buttons. Next, close any valves that feed the pump. Then we're going to relieve pressure and drain any of the water from the old unit. So I'm going to open it up here. This is also a good way to verify if your valve is closed. Otherwise there'd be water rushing in. Gonna remove the filter basket here. Needs a good cleaning. And here I just hit all the bolts with a little bit of WD-40. Channeled my inner Hank Hill. Now I'm going to use my oil filter wrench to loosen the coupling here that connects it to the plumbing. Finally, I'm going to loosen these bolts. Once it's free, you can see where the plastic cracked from the freeze. Before we install the new one, we want to make sure that we put on a new O-ring, or you can transfer the old one over. And we need to transfer the coupling over to the new one as well. If the drain plug was still functional on your unit, you can always take this off and save it for the future in case it's needed. We added some grease to the O-ring, and then we also greased up the O-ring on this coupler on this side, and then we added some Teflon tape. Now we're going to reattach the coupler nice and snug. And finally, while it's easy to access, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of grease on the new drain plug. Future you will thank you. Next, we're going to line up the new housing and reverse how we uninstalled it. So I'm going to do the bolts first. I suggest alternating, tightening each of the 4 bolts, and you want to make sure that you hand tighten it pretty snug, but not so tight that you bust the plastic. Once those are fully tightened with your crescent wrench, we're going to line up this coupling right here and get it secure. Finally, we're going to add the basket back in here. And the lid. And I went ahead and gave that a good shot of grease and cleaned it up. Now it's time to open the valves and turn on the pump to make sure our repair worked. right, I can hear water flowing into the new housing. And now we're gonna turn it on. Looks good, no leaks. And that's it. A simple repair with no service call. Next year, to prevent this from happening, make sure to either drain your pool equipment, pull your plugs, or ensure that your system's freeze protection is on and working. If this helped you fix your pool, hit subscribe. I share DIY and home repair videos like this all the time. Thanks for watching.